The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain. Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're on an upscale sport boat, the Formula 240 Bowrider. I'm going to take it on a full test and see how Formula has done.
We'll start our test, as every good captain should, by opening the hatch and checking the engine. The first thing I notice is that you can still enter and exit the cockpit by way of the non-skid cap rail. To the starboard side, there's storage for the cockpit table and the pedestal base. Drains lead overboard. The entire compartment is gel coated. There's noise suppression under the hatch as well as a courtesy light. There's an access hatch allowing you to reach the pin to release the actuator so you can open the engine hatch in the event of an electrical failure. On the forward bulkhead, the standard automatic discharge fire extinguisher. Two brass ball valves with the hoses double clamped to either side of the small bilge pump. Easy access to both sides for maintenance and certainly the daily engine checks. The helm is a full fiberglass module that drops into position. There are two contoured molds to accommodate the two SmartCraft gauges. This one includes the standard Smart Tow. The lower panel has a brushed aluminum look, analog gauges, depth gauge, and trim gauge to either side. I like that there are two drink holders because one inevitably gets used for holding stuff. To the left-hand side, remote for the stereo. Lighted waterproof rocker switches are on both sides of the wheel, which is mounted to a tilt base. Digital throttle controls I find very comfortable. Auto start and stop, throttle only button, trim to the side. And naturally, there's a comfortable armrest for making incremental engine changes.
Our Formula 240 Bowrider had a length overall of 24 feet, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a draft of 36 inches. With an empty weight of 5,000 pounds, 54 gallons of fuel on board, and 2 people, we had a test weight of 5,744 pounds. With a single 430 horsepower Mercruiser 8.2 mag engine turning a Bravo 3 outdrive, we reached a top speed of 4,700 RPM and 53.6 miles per hour. At that speed, fuel burn was 32.5 gallons per hour, giving us a range of 89 miles. Best cruise came in at 3,000 RPM and 31.1 miles per hour. That speed brought the fuel burn down to 10.65 gallons per hour, which the 240 Bowrider could keep up for just over 5 hours and 157 miles while maintaining a 10% reserve. Time to plane was 3.6 seconds. We accelerated to 20 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, 30 in 9.2 seconds, 40 in 11.8 seconds, and we continued accelerating through 50 miles per hour in 16.6 seconds.
When you hit the throttle, the bow is going to come up 16 degrees, but it'll stay below the horizon so there's no loss of visibility. When you take power off, she'll settle into the water stern first. The bow comes up, but again, no loss of visibility. I like the turning performance of the 240 Bowrider. She comes up at a nice angle, and there's a slight slide that accompanies the turn, so it keeps everybody on board comfortable. You've got 1, 2.5 turns from lock to lock, so she's very quick to respond to the helm. At no wake speed, I'm looking right at the windshield frame, but in this cruise mode like we have here, the bow's at a 5-degree bow high attitude, so I'm now looking cleanly through the windshield. Of course, on the bolster, I'm up above it all. Once you get up to cruise speed, you're going to add just a couple of shots of up trim. That's all you're going to need. The spray will move from the helm back to the stern quarters, and you'll feel a boost in speed. If you go up any further than that, you're going to start to get operator-induced oscillation.
In my opinion, Formula has made a nice runabout that combines sport boat handling with upscale features. And that's our full test of the 240 Bowrider from Formula Boats. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.